Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
How are you doing today? Are you good?
Good.
And I hope you are keeping well. Today, let me introduce myself first. My name is Alia Rihadatul Aisyi. My student number is 23018001. So before I begin to present my speech, I'd like to tell you guys there are a lot of kind of students in our class. The first one, students who always submit their assignment late and also not pay attention every single assignment that they make. And the second one, the students who doing their assignment and submit the assignment on time and also maybe not overthinking too much while making it. And the third one, there are students who pay attention every single detail and avoid every single mistake in their assignment. So which type are you? One, first, second, or third? Alright, third. Second, third. Who is first? May you raise your hand? Always submit your assignment late. Now? Okay, that's good. Second one, just submit it without overthinking. Okay, one.
Yes,
Two.
me.
Yeah, that's quite a lot. What about the third one? Me. Just one? Okay. And today, I'd like to talk about the third type, where we call it perfectionist, where they pay attention every single detail and avoid the mistakes. So, and I'm gonna talk about how perfectionism affects students' academic performance. And let's take a look at the first slide. According to the Flat and Howitt 2002, perfectionism is basically trying to do everything without any mistakes, and extreme perfectionists push themselves to be perfect in every part of their life. So, do you think being a perfectionist is a good thing or not? Depends. Yes, that's correct. Because there are two types of perfectionists. The first one is adaptive perfectionist, and the second one is maladaptive perfectionist. What is adaptive perfectionist? Adaptive perfectionist is the students have high standard, but they have high standard, but still flexible. What means by flexible is they still can accept the mistakes that occur while doing their assignment. On the other hand, the also second type, there is maladaptive perfectionist, is that they set unrealistic standard and they afraid to make mistakes and never felt satisfied. And this often leads to stress and anxiety. I told you, never satisfied. They already doing their assignment, but because I think this is not correct, and then rewrite again their assignment like that, and in the end they feel stress and also anxiety. And then we take a look in the main point. Here it is. How does perfectionism help students' academic performance? This is the effect of adaptive perfectionism, where that is give a positive impact to the students. The first one, adaptive perfectionists can protect students from academic burnout. Why? Usually, people who have high standard in adaptive perfectionist, they feel like enjoy the process. They never feel like work under pressure because their high standard is came from their inherent motivation, their own interest, not from their parents or their friends or the environment that make them to be perfect. That's not. So that's why adaptive perfectionists will protect them to academic burnout because no matter how difficult the assignment is, they can pass the assignment. You got it?
Yes.
And then the second one is adaptive perfectionists avoid academic procrastination. Anyone in this class know what is procrastination mean?
No.
No? Yeah, this I think this term like quite unfamiliar in our reality, I mean in our ear. So procrastination is delaying something that must be done. For example, like delaying our assignment. So not because our lazy or not care about our assignment, but because fear of failure and also lack of motivation. Because like I told you before, maladaptive perfectionists, like they tend to set high level high standard, so that's make them overwhelmed with themselves. Meanwhile, adaptive perfectionists avoid academic procrastination because some research also said that people with adaptive perfectionists have time management skill. So they will realize that, oh, this assignment is difficult, so I need to do the days before the deadline, maybe 4 or 5 days before the deadline. So that's why the adaptive perfectionism will submit their assignment on time. That means they will not deal with procrastination. And the third one is adaptive perfectionists have high level of self-efficacy. Self-efficacy means like our belief to do something. That means like, oh, I can do this, I can do that. So adaptive perfectionists, they have high like confidence, so they keep motivate themselves to do their assignment, no matter how difficult it is, no matter maybe the learning process is still feel boring, but still they still pass it. And then this third factor, this is like how adaptive perfectionists can help students in their academic performance. What's meant by help is like not give a negative impact on their academic performance. Meanwhile, this is the contrary to adaptive perfectionists. We call it maladaptive perfectionists. Like I told you earlier, that is students who set unrealistic standards. So the students will anxiety and maybe overwhelmed. And let's take a look at the first aspect. The first one is maladaptive perfectionist causes anxiety. That is because like when we avoid the mistakes, and can you imagine like when our academic load increase, so we cannot, maybe we might think like, oh my gosh, I don't have enough time to do this. I don't have enough time to do that like that, right? So that's why that will be ended up with anxiety. And can you imagine like when we anxiety, of course, like instead of getting a perfect assignment, I think that's maybe not satisfied at all, right? And then the second one is maladaptive perfectionist is also concerned with with mistakes and avoid to try the new things. So maladaptive perfectionists actually they will avoid. They will afraid to make new things because they will avoid to make mistakes. So that's why like they stand in a safe path. So that's why. And what will happen if students still stand up in their safe path? Of course, they will hamper their critical thinking and also problem solving. And what else? Creativity,
Yeah.
like that. And then, of course, that will give some negative impact on their study. And also, we take a look in the third factor. Is maladaptive perfectionist leads to overthinking and decision paralysis. Actually, I already talked about this topic in our first meeting, where is overthinking leads to decision paralysis. Are you still remember that?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So maybe I'll explain it more detailed. So when we overthinking, we often confuse with choice. We cannot choose this, we cannot choose that, and ended up with doing nothing, right? Because we are afraid that our choice is not capable enough, and we afraid that our choice is not meet with the someone expectations, and that will lead to decision paralysis. And then, in conclusion, I'll tell you guys, perfectionists can impact students' academic performance that is positively or negatively. That is depend how it's manifest. And if the students can manage with adaptive perfectionists, of course they will help them and stay motivated and have time management and also accept the small mistakes. Because why? We cannot avoid with the mistakes because mistake is part of our learning, right? And then adaptive perfectionism also support academic success without too much pressure because, like I told you before, this came from their own interest, their inherent motivation. And then maladaptive perfectionism, this will give negative impact on students' academic performance because they set unrealistic standard and also lead to anxiety, overthinking, and procrastination, like delaying something that must be done. And this is important to us to understand adaptive and maladaptive perfectionism because we have to remind the students, as a teacher maybe, we have to remind the students, is it okay to make a problem? Because that is to make mistakes, because that is part of our learning. Okay, maybe that's all from me. I'm sorry for the mistakes and thank you for the all attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.